We started this company with 2 adjustable beds in the back of a half-ton truck. You know, an American friend of mine who I had never met until I pulled up in his factory and asked him for 2 adjustable beds. And his 2 brothers said no, and he said, I'm going to give you these 2 beds. You got 30 days to pay me for them. Don't let me down. You know, we'll talk about that relationship. But since we added the Amish gallery, our depth and breadth is second to none. But what you're going to find here different than any place else is what I'm going to sell you, whether it's a mattress or whether it's a table and chairs or whether it's a futon or whether it's a hide-a-bed or it's going to last. It's made to last. You know, I think people would ask, you know, why we would bother to think we could compete with all these large companies. You know, Sears was king of the roost back then. The Bay was king of the roost back then. And, you know, what kind of an idiot believes that he can compete, you know, with companies like that? So I don't think I was smart enough to see any challenges. I mean, you know, we were chief cook and bottle washer, and we, you know, started setting up. Our first location was a 10 by 10 spot with a rug on it in a warehouse. And then we opened and started doing mall shows. Honestly, I don't think I was smart enough to see any of the challenges, you know. The internet really started changing everything about 10 years ago, where A, people could find you regardless of location, and B, I would say for 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 years, you know, maybe people were buying 20 to 30% of their market in the mattress industry online. You know, I always say to people, listen, you want to buy a mattress online? Great, give me 20 bucks and I'll pick your next meal. And they look at me like I'm nuts. Well, if you're not going to let me pick a $20 hamburger for you, is it the dancing girls and the unicorns that get you to buy a $1,000 mattress online without seeing it? If you're going to sell quality to people, you can't give all the money to the landlords. And our product over the last 10, 15, 20 years has really gone up in quality. Our range of product is the same as everybody else's. If you want an inexpensive mattress for the guest room or the child, we have it, but it's going to be better quality. And a jug of milk needs to be available every 2 kilometers. But it's something you buy every 5, 10, 15 years. If it's available every 20 miles, you're going to pay a lot less for it than if you just jump in the car and go down the street for the convenience of it. That convenience is costing you 30% over buying from us. So that's been the evolution. You know, you think, oh, greatness is many locations. No, greatness right now is a website that sells right across the country, and being able to spend time with your grandkids. You can't become an expert on anything in 6 months or a year. You know, I've got a friend of mine he was with me at the first store that we started at, and he was my boss. And we've been together, you know, for 40 years. He's a sleep expert. This guy's been selling furniture. He's been in the service industry for 40 years. You know, the majority of the people that you're going to run into at Best Sleep Center started with a broom and have been doing this since they were at the kitchen table, or started in the jewelry business and have been here for 15 years. And these people are real sleep experts. If you look at our Google ratings and our Better Business Bureau ratings, the customer is happy with how we service them. We do our own warranties for all the products that we sell. You know, if we deliver a table to you and it gets scratched, we have craftsmen who can make it new. That doesn't happen very often, but it happens. We fix, we look after, we don't sell our warranties to third parties. First of all, my products don't need it. I'm not going to tell you for half an hour or an hour that the product is quality and then turn around and sell you a $300 additional warranty package. We do our own service. The stuff will be there really quickly. If there was anything else I'd like to say, it would just be thank you. You know, the city, the province has been very good to us over the years. When we first started doing our radio commercials, people would phone CJOB and complain and say, get that guy off the air. And Garth Butchko said, no, forget it, we're not taking him off the air. And now we're a staple. I can't go anywhere in North America, including Mexico, without somebody yelling, you'll find me. You know, you'll find us. And sitting down and having a drink with them and watching the hockey game, and it's fun. So I would just end by saying, you know, thank you. Best Sleep and Amish Gallery? Yo, find us.